YouTube. So this isn't about travel or bread making, but this is on my other videos talking about my RC hobby. I would say last year I purchased a new XMAXX version 5, right? You've seen it in one of my other videos, so newer version, XMAXX. This video is about the issues I'm noticing with this. Now I've maybe run one pack of batteries through this thing. Yesterday we did a bash session. I'll see if I can add some of that footage on this as well. So today I decided to take it apart and just kind of clean it. I've got this thing broken down with rear module, front module, okay? And it was a dirt area, didn't go through any water. Now taking apart it today and going through the axles, the bearings. This is the left rear. It is completely locked up. Luckily I caught it in time. Front one still spins, I don't feel anything in there. But this rear one being locked up, being only one pack of batteries run through this thing, quality control with the bearings is bad. I've seen a couple other videos out there, people talking about maintenance on these things. I take pretty good care of my stuff. If it goes through any mud, all electronics are removed, and I go through and I clean everything up the best I can, scrub it all. And if the bearings are bad, I replace them right off the bat. But one run on a set of batteries and the inside bearings are locked up. I mean, we pay good money for these things. These 6 scales, I think this XMAXX ran me, I want to say, probably around the $1,100 range. I got an XRT behind me. I picked that up used. I just had an issue with that. The motor front bearing went out of it, so I need to get on Traxxas' website. I know they've got lifetime electronics warranty, so this brand new, pretty much anywhere you're looking at about $260 with the Traxxas lifetime electronics warranty. I think $110. So I will be sending that off here shortly. So $110 plus $5 shipping, so you're looking at about $115 that Traxxas will charge you for a new motor assembly. I did pick up some bearings on Amazon. These are the inside inner bearings. I think it was a pack of 10 for $14. I just went on Amazon and I put in the bearing size and was able to get that shipped out, I think today. And then these are the outer bearings here. So seem like they look exactly like what comes out of stock out of the XMAXX. So I'm going to give these a shot. We went out bashing last weekend, and I noticed the XRT, after I stuck it back on top of that toolbox over there, that one of the wheels wasn't turning freely. So took it apart, and of course had some wheel bearings locking up. So I replaced all those last weekend. Took it out yesterday with the XMAXX, my Max, and my son and his friend went out bashing to an area, and that motor lasted not even a full run. I had a camera mounted on top to try to get some FPV footage, and the second jump, that snapped right off. So need to look for a different, smaller, lighter camera. But anyway, so the left side, I've already done that. New bearings in there. Turn nicely. So I'm going to continue on with this, cleaning everything up. I'm going to get all it was a real fine dirt area, so you can see a lot of fine dirt got in everything. So I'm going to get this cleaned up. New bearings and get it put back together. Another thing I want to go over too is the gears that come with the XMAXX for your speed gears. A lot of people out there, Kevin Talbot, others on YouTube that talk about the monkey metal they use. They weren't lying. I put the speed gears in on this XMAXX earlier this week. Made 2 runs down the street, not even all the way wide open throttle, maybe 2 minutes worth, and the pinion and spur, the pinion gear just lost a bunch of teeth, so I put the stock gears back in. No real reason to go that fast with one of these 6-scale models. I think the included regular stock gears are plenty for off-road stuff. But this has got the newer version's got the belted tires too, so these things don't expand. And as far as trying to do backflips with those belted tires, they don't work either. So make sure you've got enough air, or don't try it at all, because it will not backflip. I went to try it yesterday when we were bashing and hit the brakes midair because it wasn't going to go all the way back. So never landed on its roof. It was a good bash session. Like I said, I'll try to post some of that video footage on here as well. Couldn't do a backflip. And here's my table with the XMAXX all torn apart. Bearings. The other side bearings weren't bad. The inside was a little bit crunchy. But yep, that's pretty much all torn down. I'm going to disassemble the front as well. Take the axles off, put all new bearings on that as well. Clean up the motor, all the connections. Wipe off all the dirt, grime, dust, everything from all those nooks and crannies, and get her all put back together. A little bit of what we got going on. So my son's 4-wheel drive Slash, he's got a bad bearing in there, so he tore that down after yesterday's bash session. A little bit of what we got here. 4-wheel drive Slash there. We got a 2-wheel drive Slash there. Got my Haas, my Max. And again, I just put new axles in the back of that because of a locked up bearing. Again, bearing failure. Let's see, his Bandit, Fortec, and got my Bandit there. XL5 Bandit, but I put a VXL system in there. XRT over here. So like I said, just pulled the motor out of that because I need to send that off. But it's got fresh bearings in it, so everything moves like it should right now. But it only had about maybe 5-minute run time on it yesterday before the motor went bad. Got the right side done. New bearings in there, inner and outer. This side wasn't bad. I mean, you can see it's got the dirt on there, but a little bit of grit in there. And these are sealed bearings, so I don't know how, this is just that fine dust that gets in there. Outer bearing. That one feels good, but that left rear, outer isn't bad. But again, that inside one, I can't even turn that thing. Let's see. Let's hold this here. There we go, now it's free. But definitely won't spin. So, I don't know. I don't know what other, if HPI or ARMA, any of you guys out there having issues with your bearings after one run. It seems like the 10th scale isn't as bad. This XMAXX costing what it costs with not even, I think I just started the second set of batteries run through that thing. It pretty much was my shelf queen. So it just sat up on top of that toolbox over there. And yesterday was the first time it got that dirty. I'll put some footage down on this video of a little bit of our bash session. Again, there we go. All right, we'll go back to the Max. Question I got too. You just leave it in the comments. What are you guys doing as far as inside the cups here where your axles mount in there? You guys putting any kind of lube or anything in there? You can definitely heard it squeaking yesterday when I was driving it, but I would think any type of grease is just going to attract the dirt a lot more and then possibly cause the wear of the inside of that cup. But Let me know in the comments what you guys are using, if anything, to lube the inside of those cups. Alright, quick little update. Been cleaning this for a couple hours now. Took a little break, went on a motorcycle ride here. So I got the rear module all done. Cleaned up. Put back together. Got all the dirt and stuff cleaned up out of there. Wiped down. Working on the front one now. I'll get to these bearings. Everything seems to be working bearing wise, but I'm still going to stick all new ones in there. Get all these pins cleaned up. And get the skid plates cleaned up. Get the front back together. Get the radio motor back in it. Should be good to go. So a quick little thing what I do when I'm cleaning up the plastic, once I wash it and everything, I get some silicone spray, spray it on a rag, and I just wipe the plastic. Gives them, you can see in here, all the mud's gone, stains are pretty much gone. Control arms, they were pretty much all covered in dust and dirt. So once I scrubbed everything off, dry it, I'll wipe some silicone spray on there. I've been doing that for years on my RC stuff. Plastic usually looks back like new in case you got some deep gouges or anything, but that's one of my little cleaning tips. I'll come back here in a little bit and we get some more put together. Alright, we got the front module all done. Everything, bearings, inner and outers, those actually felt good, but I still put some new ones in there anyway. I wasn't going to risk it. Got everything cleaned up and wiped down. Ready to go back together on the rest of this here. I'm going to call it a night for now though. Tomorrow I'll get this motor all cleaned up. Get those mounts off of there. Clean all the grit and dirt out of there. My ESC wiped down as well. Get that all mounted back inside. Get these bumpers and skid plates cleaned up. The tires back on. We should be good to stick back up on the shelf. Alright. Be back soon. Alright, a little more progress today. We got the front module put back on, all the electronics in. Everything's cleaned up on there. Now all I got left to do is get the skid plates cleaned up and get those put back on, and wheels and tires, and we should be good to go. It came out nice and clean. I don't even want to take it back out in that dirt again. It's the only bad thing. I spent a lot of time cleaning these, but hopefully these bearings last a little longer. I'm going to keep it out of the dirt and just get some runs out of it. See if these bearings go any longer than the original ones that barely made it through 4 packs. Alright, so we got everything back together on the XMAXX. Install a couple smaller batteries just to make sure everything functioned like it should. Got her all cleaned up, all back together. Alright, got the body all wiped down. And there's the bearings I replaced. Inner and outer on the front and rear. There was the fronts weren't bad, so this was the rears. So the inner ones, I think it was this one. This one's the crunchy one. That was, I had to break free. Outers, not too bad. But again, having bearings go bad before you even get through your second set of batteries, I don't think there's something wrong with that. Like I said, the money that we pay for these things, I would think that the bearing should last a little bit longer than that. Alright, there it is, all cleaned up, body back on, sitting back up on top of my toolbox. And then I guess the next thing we'll do is we'll go through this XRT. We'll strip that all down the same way, clean everything up. And I'll wait to get my motor back from Traxxas and get that put in there. So make sure you leave a like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you're having the same issues with these Traxxas bearings, Arma, HPI, any of those. Let me know what you're getting for runs out of your XMAXX or XRT before you start noticing bearing failure. Alright, well until next time, I'll talk to you all later. Have a good one. Ciao.